When people think of South Korea, they picture cutting-edge technology, strict laws, and one of the lowest crime rates in the world. But behind that image is a prison system few outsiders ever see. Highly controlled, deeply hierarchical, and, for some inmates, extremely dangerous. Tonight, we're recounting down the top 10 most dangerous prisons in Korea, places where violence isn't allowed, but calculated, and survival often depends on silence. Number 10. Cheongju Prison. Known for housing repeat offenders and violent criminals, Cheongju Prison has long struggled with overcrowding. Tension here doesn't explode, it simmers. Gang influence is subtle, but real, and inmates who don't fall in line often face quiet retaliation far from the cameras. Number 9. Jeonju Prison. Jeonju holds a mix of long-term and short-term inmates, a combination that creates constant friction. Former inmates have described a rigid inmate hierarchy where status matters more than official rules, and crossing the wrong person can make daily life unbearable. Number 8. Busan Prison. Located in one of Korea's largest port cities, Busan Prison has housed organized crime figures tied to smuggling and underground networks. Violence is rare, but when it happens, it's sudden and decisive. Guards are strict, but influence often travels through whispers, not fists. Number 7. Gwangju Prison. This facility has seen several high-profile cases involving violent offenders. Inmates here report intense psychological pressure, where isolation, intimidation, and constant surveillance break people down faster than physical force ever could. Number 6. Daejeon Prison. Daejeon is known for its high-security wings. Inmates placed here are often considered high risk, either due to their crimes or their behavior inside. Any mistake, a look, a word, a refusal, can turn into weeks of punishment or unofficial discipline from other inmates. Number 5. Seoul Detention Center. This is one of the most notorious facilities in the country. Housing suspects before trial, the population is constantly changing, and that unpredictability makes it dangerous. First-time detainees often find themselves sharing space with hardened criminals, learning the rules the hard way. Number 4. Anyang Prison. Anyang has a reputation for housing long-term inmates with serious convictions. Over time, inmate groups form tight alliances. Trust is rare. Betrayal is permanent. Those without connections are often pushed to the margins, where survival becomes a daily negotiation. Number 3. Daegu Prison. Daegu is infamous for its internal power structures. Former inmates have described an environment where unofficial leaders control access to basic comforts. Refusing orders doesn't always lead to violence. Sometimes it leads to something worse, total isolation. Number 2. Gimcheon Prison. This high-security facility is designed for inmates considered especially dangerous. Discipline here is absolute. Surveillance is constant. And any sign of rebellion is crushed immediately. It is not the chaos that makes Gimcheon terrifying. It is the total loss of control over your own life. Number 1. Cheongsong Prison. Often called Korea's most feared prison, Cheongsong is reserved for the most violent and high-risk offenders in the country. Isolation cells. Extreme security. Minimal human contact. Inmates here don't talk about riots or gangs. They talk about silence, loneliness, and psychological breakdown. Many say Cheongsong doesn't just punish the body, it erases the person. South Korea's prisons aren't dangerous because of constant bloodshed. They're dangerous because of pressure, because of hierarchy, because once the doors close, power doesn't always belong to the guards. And in these prisons, the most dangerous weapon is knowing the rules and what happens when you break them.